couldn't do nothing. Sit by that rail.
Hi, and welcome back to Old School Rhythm and Blues Guitar. It is time for another lesson. It's been a long time, I know. I had a request for the solo from Bill Doggett's Honky Tonk with Billy Butler on guitar. So I'm going to take you through all three verses of the solo for the Old School R&B guitar solo lesson. This will be for January through March 2020. And from this point on, I'm going to try to continue regular lessons every 3 or 4 months. So anyway, let's get started. Honky Tonk, if you're not familiar with the song, listen to it. The Bill Doggett version, he recorded the original, I think, in 1955, 1956, and this is the one that we're going to base the lesson on. It's in the key of F, and so our first position, F chord, is right here, and everything we do is going to kind of be based off of that and the other chords. There's only 3 chords in the song. It's F, B flat, and C. So let's get started. The first solo verse, we're not going to worry about the rhythm parts or anything else, just the solo. The first solo, I'm not going to play every verse. I am just going to show you how to play them in this video. And there's plenty of guys out there that play this song, and you can listen to the original. So if you want to learn how to play what's being played on Honky Tonk, then let's get to it. So anyway, starts out, first verse. That's the first phrase, I should say. So what he's doing, he's going to start out and slide to the 7th fret of the 3rd string. I'm using my 2nd finger because I feel like I have the most control. And I'm starting at the 2nd fret. I'm not sure exactly where he started from on the original recording. And then we're going to get the 6th fret of the 2nd string and then slide it out upwards like that. Listen to the original to get the exact sound there. So that's the first lick. Then he's going to do a bend on the 2nd string, 8th fret. It's a bend and release to the 6th fret. So we're staying on the 2nd string. Then he's going to do the same thing on the 3rd fret to the 1st fret. So this is over the B flat, which is the 4. That's over the 1 or the F. Then we're going to go back, 3rd fret, hammer on, 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and wind up on the C note, which is the 3rd fret of the 5th string. Use the tab that I have for you. So that first lick, or first phrase, all the way through, slowly. One of the things that makes this solo and Billy Butler's playing in general is the way he holds those notes and puts a little vibrato in. I'm just using my left hand wrist, especially on the bass notes. Sounds really, really cool. And then he's going to repeat that. And then right here comes one of the trademark parts of the song, one of the coolest parts. So what we're doing there is we're going to the 5, which is the C. And we're doing this shape where I've got the 1st finger on the 8th fret of the 1st string and the 2nd finger on the 9th fret of the 3rd string. It's a double stop. He slides into it like that. So I'm sliding to the 9th fret of the 3rd string. That little part right there, listen to the original recording. I've tabbed it out the best I can. He does like a quick slide from the C to the B flat, and he gets this position in between, like a passing phrase from the C to the B to the B flat. So one more time. And then right here is a part of the song that I just recently figured out what the heck was going on. There's a guy named Tom Conlon on YouTube who does some really cool surf and early rock and roll guitar instruction videos and demonstrations. And his lesson on Honky Tonk, I never knew that he's going with the pinky to the 9th fret of the 2nd string. So it's like this. That is really cool. And if you listen to the original recording, that's it right there. From there, he's going to go to this run. And that, he does a quick, something like that. And then, like that. So I'm trying to think through this as I go. So from the slide down on the 2nd string, and that's how he wraps up the first verse. So one more time. Something like that. That's what he's playing. Okay, so there is the first verse of Honky Tonk. Check my tabs, listen to the original, and hopefully what I've shown you there is enough for you to figure it out. Now the second verse of the solo in Honky Tonk by Bill Doggett, Billy Butler playing the guitar, is one of the all-time coolest guitar solos ever. And this is one of several guitar songs, guitar solos that made me want to learn how to play electric guitar. And the other one was Chuck Berry's Guitar Boogie, which is another one of my favorites. But anyway, what he does now is he's going to go to these 3-note parts, and it goes like this. Something like that. And all I'm doing is I'm making, it's really a second position minor chord shape, but since we're playing in F, I've got my first finger on the 5th fret of the 1st string, 6th fret of the 2nd string, and 7th fret of the 3rd string. It's a D minor chord shape, but since we're in the key of F, that's really an F6. And what I'm doing is just picking from the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and then right here I'm going to take my first finger and stretch it to the 4th fret. Keep the other 2 fingers right where they were. Now we're playing a B flat 7th. That's a B flat 7th, 3-note B flat 7th. Billy Butler used that a lot. Earl Hooker and some other blues guitar players used it too. Bill Jennings used it, who was more of a jazz R&B player. But anyway, so all we do there is now, if you listen to the original recording, when he comes back to that F6, he picks it a little differently, something like this. He doubles up. I don't know exactly. I'll try to tab it out exactly what it is. You can play that a lot of different ways. So that's the first part where he's doing this. Right here, he's doing this leg. And all he's doing there is he's outlining an F13th chord. So if you make an F9, second position F9, and put your pinky on the 10th fret of the 1st string, you've got an F13. So that lick, he's sliding to the 10th fret of the 1st string, to the 8th fret, then he's going to just, I think, flatten his finger out so he can get the 2nd and 3rd string, 8th fret. Like that. He plays it very fast. And then he's going to walk from the 10th to the 9th to the 8th to the 7th on the 4th string. That is cool. That's the lick. Right there. And then he's going into this. And again, we're playing over the chord shape. So the song is now over the 4, which is the B flat. So we're going to bend the 8th fret of the 1st string to the 6th fret, like that. And then from the 6th fret of the 2nd string to the 8th fret of the 4th string, and then a hammer on from the 6th to the 7th fret on the 3rd string. Does it again. And then he's going to do the same thing over the 1, the F position. Just does it one time. So let's do the whole second solo slowly now. I'll try to play it slow and keep it in time. Another really cool part there we added on. We're just going to do a little bass run. This is out of the F, and we're playing from the 3rd fret of the 5th string, and we're playing around on the 5th and the 4th string. Check the tab out for this one. And then we're going to slide to the 7th fret of the 4th string and get the 5th fret of the 3rd string. That's the lick. Right there, another vibrato. And then we're going back to that same 5-4-1 thing. And that's the end of the second verse for Honky Tonk. The third verse of Honky Tonk is maybe the hardest part, and he's going to start out with these slides. He does that, then he goes. So that's the first part. First part of this is just an F double stop. Remember, the song is in the key of F, so there's our second position F bar chord. First finger on the 8th fret of the 1st string. I use my ring finger on the 10th fret of the 2nd string. We've got an F, and what we're doing, using my right hand, you've got to really work on the fast picking, staccato picking, is that what they call it? Tremolo picking. Pick it real fast. So we got this. And then we're sliding to this position, which is really a B flat, double stop. That's my second position B flat chord. So we're just using the same shape now on the 13th fret of the 1st string, 15th fret of the 2nd string. So we got this. Then he's going to make this into a 7th. And then slide it the same way. This shape always stays a B flat. He's going to change this. So let's do it slowly if I can. And now he's going to go into this part. That is fun to play, a little tricky. I'm just going back to that double stop over the F, second position bar chord, and I'm sliding into it. And then I'm coming back here. Remember that shape, the 6th shape that we used in the second verse? I'm just sliding into it. You could do it as a double stop on just the 1st and 2nd strings, but I really think he's played all 3 strings. And then he does it again, but on the second time around, he's going to start from this position, where my first finger is on the 8th fret of the 1st string. second finger on the 9th fret of the 2nd string. And then he's going to go back to this. Pretty cool, really full sound. And now he's going to go into the 5. And what he's doing here is going over the 5 and the 4 with a 6th shape. Sounds to me like a 3-fingered 6 chord. So over the B flat, or over the C, I've got my first finger on the 8th fret of the 1st string, second finger on the 9th fret of the 3rd string, and my ring finger on the 10th fret of the 2nd string. So he's going to slide into that. And then walk it. One step to the B flat. Then he's going to do it again. Like that. And then the last phrase of the solo, of the 3rd solo, goes like this. Check the tab for that. We're starting on the 4th fret, or back over the 1. That's the first part. That's what I hear, at least. So the theme of the solo in Honky Tonk, all 3 of the solos, is you're playing over the chords a lot. And that is a jazz type idea, and Billy Butler was really kind of a jazz player, playing R&B and blues and things like that. So that's one of the reasons his guitar playing is so cool. It's so different than a lot of the other people you might listen to in R&B at that time. So that was by request. Somebody asked me to show the solo for Honky Tonk. Again, if you don't like the way I did it, if it didn't make sense, or you don't think it sounds right, there's plenty of other guys out there that teach this. And hopefully this helps you out. If you have any questions, comments, let me know. And this is Old School R&B Guitar. We're back in business, and I'll have some more videos coming up in the next couple weeks. See you then.